Hey guys, welcome to Otaku Saga. I'm Rizzo.
I'm Zero.
And I'm DK. On this episode of Anime Reaction, we watched the third episode of BENTO.
If you want to check out our reaction to the third episode of Bento, hit that link in the description below.
And be sure to give us feedback in the comments section because we love hearing from you.
And as always, if you like what you see, subscribe to Otaku Saga. And don't forget to like and share our videos.
And thanks for watching. So we're just going to go out right out of the gates with fuck that bitch.
Fuck that bitch. And you know damn well the one we're talking about.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I hope
that the creator of this series didn't think that this was like funny or anything.
Yeah, I really
because
hope
it's
not.
really fucking not.
No. All I'm going to say of her is she needs to have her ass dragged to prison.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
period. Dot.
She literally stripped the main character naked in the middle of class. Well, the middle of the classroom, it was during break.
Yeah, but still.
But stripped him naked in the middle of class in front of all of his classmates. And while she was doing it, she told him straight out that she was doing it to find his cell phone so that she could destroy it. Because she doesn't want him talking to Hana.
negative.
Literally,
Negative.
so
No.
she sexually assaulted him.
In public.
Sexually abused him.
Yep.
She is threatening to destroy his property. What the fuck? Like, what the actual fuck?
And then you can add on kidnapping charges and aggravated assault.
Last episode, she kidnapped Hana,
Yeah.
knocking her out in the same time.
Yep.
Yeah, just so.
You guys-
She has enough of a rap. She should be locked in prison, not juvie, prison, for at least a year or two.
And then we find out that she, I think, rigged an election so that she could be on the student council. It doesn't outright say that she rigged the election, but for whatever reason, she's quite damn sure that she's gonna win the election.
She rigged an election.
Yeah.
She's that confident, and then she tried to manipulate the outcome of an election in her favor. That's rigging it. That enough should be enough to get her expelled from the school.
Yeah. But yeah, we learned that she's on the student council, which means, yay, more power for her to abuse.
Yeah, man, you know it's coming. You know she's gonna try and shut down
You
the
guys
half
in the
prices.
comment section, you guys can try all that you want to justify this. It's not fucking funny. It really isn't.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
rotten to the core.
I don't know how many times I've ever seen a character that made me just outright fucking hate their guts.
Joffrey.
Pretty much. I mean, she's on
Pretty
that
much.
level.
She is, yeah, she is a Joffrey tier villainous.
But
Joffrey was a better character.
At least we know why he was such a brat, because he was an entitled, spoiled brat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and inbred.
And that,
That aside, it's just like, man, I fucking hate her.
yeah, and she's like this for no discernible reason. Just because someone wants to talk with Hana at all. No explanation.
It's
no
gross.
reasons. Yeah.
And it's actually destroying my enjoyment of the series.
It does. I look forward to when she's off screen. Every time she's off screen, in my eyes, this series is actually pretty awesome.
Every time she's on screen, it's not.
Yeah, it lowers my level of enjoyment for the series just by her being there.
Yeah, and
Even
then
the eye catch.
And then the other thing is, Hana was visibly uncomfortable whenever she was in the room.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not even like Hana's like, oh, well, you know, she's my best friend or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like stalker level at this point. I mean, she's basically a yandere.
Yandere. Acts innocent and as violent as hell. Threatening threatening a life or at least the health of Sen, of all people.
Right?
What did they say? A roundabout murder threat or something like that in episode 2? Or
Yeah.
episode 3? Fucking hell. Yeah, no, fuck that bitch.
I fucking hate this character.
Now, the other thing that happened in the very beginning was the Ice Witch, Sen,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because the student council president or because, I don't even remember her name.
Twatty McTwatface.
Yeah. Because the bitch decided to ruin the uniform, Sin decides that she is going to go ahead and repair it for our main character. What was his name again?
Sato.
Sato?
Last name.
Yeah, Sato Yo.
Yeah. Yo.
Yo.
Not to be confused with you of Fuka that
Or
we're watching.
Or Yo from Dagashi Kashi.
Yo.
Check it out, Yo.
But she decides to repair his uniform while talking to him about also half-priced sushi, which we didn't quite get to hear a lot of because him and Yo and Hana were having a side conversation and wasn't really paying attention to Sin.
And also, Hana was trying to snap some photos for the collection.
I only want 5. Does the number even matter?
Let me look at your crotch.
Just let me look at your crotch. Man, Hana is such a fucking pervert.
She is a major perv, but that's part of the reason why she's best girl. At least
She is also very adorable.
especially at near the end of this
It's-
episode.
yeah, especially the end where she
Uh,
sneaks to go grab the bento.
Now,
but sorry.
Sen deciding to toss the clothes out the window to make you actually pay attention, I can believe that.
It's
Okay,
all right. Still a dick move, but
Yeah.
this comes across to me as something that I could believe is really a dick move, kind of cringy, but imagine somebody being like, okay, you don't want to fucking listen to me? Fine. That's basically what it was.
yeah. Here I am, so
She
I'm close
threw,
for you.
She
and
threw a
all this-
bitch fit, basically.
Yeah, I can also write that off more as slapstick.
Yeah, I can too.
I can write it much more off as a comedy situation than just a portrayal of assault.
Yeah.
I've actually had something similar happen to me. It wasn't tossed out the window, like my clothes out the window, but it was, I wasn't quite paying attention to a conversation, so she took the controller from me
Oh.
in the middle of my Halo game and made me actually pay attention.
Oh.
It happens. Something like that actually may happen. So, I can believe this a lot more.
I can believe it. I find it really annoying that she did it, but I can believe it, and I can believe that it's more for slapstick's sake.
Yeah.
The next part, I can't believe whatsoever.
Yeah.
Because Yo jumps out, runs out to grab his uniform, and the people who was in charge of cleaning up the
Yeah.
premises
Student council members.
decide to grab his uniform and chuck it away.
Chuck it in the incinerator.
Now, a little bit of background info here. One, in most schools in Japan, you have to buy your own uniforms. So to get a replacement would actually cost a fair amount. Two, would anyone's first thought upon seeing
Hey,
a
there's a
dirty
uniform on the ground. It must be trash.
Yeah, instead of like, oh, this may have fell out of someone's gym bag after PE, or
during
maybe I
club
should
or
return it to the faculty office, or hey, let's see if there's a name tag on here so we can return it to its fucking owner.
No, it must be
It's
trash.
trash.
Yeah. Fucking stupid.
Retards everywhere.
But yeah, so
Bullying.
they go, yeah, pretty much. They go and throw it in the incinerator, and Yo jumps into the flaming incinerator after it and retrieves his uniform. Sort of. I'm sure that it was burned, which is probably why he was wearing his gym uniform after the hospital trip.
Yeah. And he only comes out of the whole thing after being
What
fully
was it?
inserted into a raging incinerator,
Buck naked.
buck naked. Yeah, he only comes out of it with minor burns.
I'm convinced that he's
But
a superhero.
yeah,
Basically, like a mutant or something. Like he has
He's a
some
pretty-
sort of quirk or something
A healing
from Boku no
factor.
Hero Academia.
or something like. Yeah, there we go.
Because this motherfucker really shouldn't be getting off this lightly with these injuries.
He's like a more handsome version of Deadpool.
But yeah, just some of the insane troll logic in this show.
Up to that point, the episode was nigh unwatchable for me.
Yeah.
It is painful to see that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
pretty much. I mean,
Agreed, yeah.
pretty much. Like, the whole first half of the episode was shit.
I've put people in jail because they broke my glasses. I've put people, I've expelled people for telling them.
Gotten people expelled.
I've gotten people expelled because they decided to do this shit to me, because they decided to steal my backpack and throw it away. This shit is not cool. And it's not funny.
Yeah.
Like, this is real life stuff that happens. That's not... No.
Yeah, it's not a joke.
And it's not something that should be put into a comedy like this.
It's a comedy anime. No, it's not comedic at all. It's totally messed up. It's the darker side of humanity. It's the antithesis of comedy.
Yeah.
No.
It's horrible.
It is horrible.
Yeah. So
don't watch the first half of the episode.
I really wish that they would stop doing that, because the rest of the episode was awesome.
Yeah, basically, if you're watching the episode, fast forward past the first part and get to where they start to meet the Kendo Club.
But yeah, so they're approached by the Kendo Club, and basically the Kendo Club has formed. What was it?
They form a team of
Hound Dogs?
the Gun Dogs.
Gun Dogs.
Or-
what was it?
Yeah, basically like a little team. Not wolves. None of them are wolves, but they work together.
It's the exact same thing from last episode with the rugby club.
Yeah.
Basically, they go into supermarkets as a group, and when the half-price god goes back into the back, they rush the entire group of people fighting over the bento, and half of them will go into the group and clear a space for the other half. The other half run up, grab the bento, and then they switch places so that the other people can grab bento. And if you have a bento, you can't be attacked. But it basically comes down to breaking the rules again.
A cheap tactic.
It's a cheap tactic. So,
but we get a little scene. Actually, we get a little conflict for the B parts, where Yo is kind of having he's having second thoughts about how he approaches the fight for the bento. But eventually he comes around and, he decides, you know what? Bento tastes better if you earn it.
yeah.
We definitely we also see that those gears rolling in his head.
Yeah.
Because we get to see him go through a few times with the hunting hounds.
The gun dogs.
And you see him go through, 5 or 6 of these.
Yeah, kind of go through the motions, but he's still,
he
moral
doesn't
conflict.
understand why it doesn't taste as good.
Yeah, he's pondering this moral conflict, trying to get to the root of it.
Now, as far as the events of this episode, I felt that the bit with the gun dogs would have been better. It would have been portrayed better. Excuse me. Would have been portrayed better if we hadn't seen the rugby team in episode 2.
All right, because
I feel that he would have realized the situation and realized, hey, this isn't what I want to do.
It's also
because he has that experience.
That is true. I think it's also a little lacking in originality, because the Gun Dogs are pretty much a palette swap of the rugby team.
Yeah.
I mean, same same kind of overall tactics.
Yeah, I wish that they hadn't had the rugby team in episode 2 for it.
Yeah.
Because that would have made this a little better. It would have also made it more believable that he would join them at least for a night or two.
Actually, it would have been more believable, I think, if they had this kind of storyline, this moral conflict with Yo in the second episode. That way he sees how all, tactics work, and then he's trying to decide which route he wants to go, and then maybe have the wizard kind of guide him on the right path.
Yeah, maybe, but he also needed the frame of mind of, the bento tastes this good when you win.
That is true.
So, I don't know.
I guess it would have been a hard call to make, huh?
Yeah, it just because they had that in episode 2, I really didn't feel that episode 3 was the appropriate time to have this.
It did needed to be addressed sometime though, so I guess
Yeah.
this is as good as that was gonna get. We did need to see him live life on the other side, as it were. Just make it a little fresh, but
Especially since the payoff was that final interaction with Sen, where him and Hana were like, "Yep." Sen asked, "So is half price bento, just a bento?"
Or
And
just unwanted food.
yeah, and Yo and Hana both were like, "Nope, it's a ton more."
and there you go. They're full-fledged wolves now.
Yep.
Club keys and all.
But yeah, I kind of liked how he turned down the gun dogs
He was so
by doing it in the middle of the battle and then defeating them.
I gotta say, Yo was pretty badass in that scene. Shit's of Eastwood.
But yeah,
Epic one-liner. I'll do it my style.
and
I'm
then,
like, that's when you knew, oh, he's gonna get decked, isn't he?
yeah,
And sure enough.
yeah, and then the part with the teacher coming in and going to throw a punch at him and then blocking it while simultaneously grabbing a bento.
Calling bullshit, but that was still bam.
Yeah, well, yeah, grabbing a full-on punch basically like this when
At
you
awkward
have
angles.
absolutely no leverage.
Yeah, and he's
Is-
coming from above, so he's putting all his body weight into it.
Again, he must have a quirk. That's the only thing I can explain it with.
All for one. He does get injured a lot.
Yeah. But and then the part where they're like frozen there or whatever, and then Hana.
Yay! Gets the last one. So her.
fucking adorable.
So adorable, so adorkable.
We also learn the about the little quirk that she has where she thinks that when people touch her, they get germs, and she wipes them off after touching her. Basically, she's a weird person. Everybody says that she's weird, and everybody acts as though she
has germs.
Yeah, everybody
Has
acts
been
as
saying
though
that since she
she's,
was a kid, so she's taking it to heart, and good God, she's developed OCD because of it.
Yeah.
It sounds like like OCD, and it's been conditioned through people saying that she's weird and has germs.
Yeah.
Poor thing.
Unfortunately, that's an actual
thing. Yeah. I mean,
psychological problem.
Yeah.
That actually reminds me of some of the bullying that was portrayed in Origairu. There was actually a point where the main character, Hachiman Hikigaya, gets called Hiki. Well, in the translation that I have, it's like Hiki Germa or something like that. But basically, saying that he has germs and he's infectious because he's not normal. But I mean, that's pretty fucked up too. I do like it as character development for her, though.
Yeah.
It's definitely something for her to get past.
Yeah, but still, I mean, it definitely explains the quirk. And goddamn, the bullying is real in this anime.
Right?
Fucking hell.
Oh yeah, and then we get a little section in after credits where we get introduced to Ayame Shaga, which is apparently a girl that Yo has played video games with a lot because she's actually shown playing Virtual Fighter 2 with him.
Yeah, when Yo's going over, what is it? Like the thrill of victory and all that stuff, and we get another moment where where the mental gears in his head they click, regarding his own moral dilemma. But yeah, in the little flashback, she's the girl who pwned him in Virtual Fighter 2 back in the day, and they actually used the real game.
Well,
I remember
guessing that this was sponsored by Sega, considering all the Sega and intellectual properties that we see in this show.
That is true.
But at the
That just takes me
stinger,
back though.
at the stinger, we find Shaga
As
shacking up.
snuck into Yo's bed.
I think they just kind of passed out after a gaming session, and just found it. Okay,
I have no idea.
maybe she told.
But she was definitely grabbing the joystick.
Definitely grabbing something.
You win. Hey, it's a lot better than insert coin here. And the my bombshell.
Let us know what you thought of the anime, what you thought of our reaction, and our bitching about this character, because I'm sure that you'll tell us about it
Yeah, fuck that bitch.
Yep.
in the comment section below.
Thumbs up if you like it. Thumbs down if you don't.
But that's gonna do it for this episode of Anime Reaction. I'm DK.
I'm Zero.
And I'm Rizzo.
See you next time.
Go ahead and click on my face to go to our most recent Otaku Saga talks.
Click on my face to go to Otaku Saga Gaming, our gaming channel.
And click on the waifu to subscribe to Otaku Saga and check out our new and improved Patreon page.